For a situation report, let's now cross to Kebbi and Kwara State, where my colleagues Jamil, Mabai and Akede are standing by respectively. Also joining us to share his perspective is a policy analyst and international journalist, Adeniyi Kunnu. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Let's begin with you, Bernard. What has been the situation in Eruku community since your arrival? Bernard, what is the current situation in Eruku since your arrival? What have you uncovered? Okay, while we try to establish a proper audio with Bernard, let's go to Jamil. Jamil, it's 5 days. It's day 5, actually, since the Kebbi attack. What more information do you have handy?
That much. Like, as you can see, just the video that was played, that was the wife of the late chief security officer of the school that was abducted. And, you know, she narrated while we were interviewing her, she told us how they were, you know, sleeping with the husband when bandits stormed into their room. And once they entered the room, the husband was lying close to her. They said, "Are you Hassan, the chief security officer?" And he said, "Yes, I'm Hassan." And they said, "We are here to kill you." And he said, "Okay, let him stand up. They shouldn't kill him while he's lying on the bed." So he woke up, and while standing up, they shot in front of the wife. And she told me that she rushed to hold the husband, to give him maybe a hug and whatever. And one of the bandits said, if she dares to touch the husband, he's going to kill her also. So she had to stand by. And once, you know, disturbing, you know, incidents that also happened while they were trying to drag her outside. One of the bandits, she had an infant baby. One of them slapped the baby. You know, she was telling them, "You slapped my little baby." So that was just a bit, you know, from the perspective of the people who witnessed this incident firsthand. All we've been reporting for the past, you know, 2 days was, you know, about the abduction, who escaped, you know, what is the government doing. But for the first time, we were able to talk to the people, you know, that were affected from their own perspective. She told me how she narrowly escaped. They wanted to go with her, but she said she can't leave her children. She had to manage with her infant baby and ran away. Also, we were given access into the students' hostel where we saw some of their uniforms. You know, the place was haphazard, you know, some leftover food and what have you, just to give you a clear mindset of what the student went through before they were taken and those that were able to escape. And, you know, like I said yesterday, one thing that the people of Maga community are not happy with
I understand how important what you're sharing with us is. It's quite pathetic just listening to you. But I just wanted to get quickly how we could make the mix-up generally in the media as to who actually died in that attack, who paid the ultimate price, not the vice president, but a security officer.
You know, this incident that happened exposes, you know, like a gap in our media reportage, especially when it comes to conflict reporting. Conflict reporting is not something you can do from the, you know, from your comfort zone. You cannot understand what happened, the context, you know, without talking to witnesses, being on ground to fully understand what actually happened. And most of the media outlets, to my surprise, even the international, BBC, DW, France, Al Jazeera, channels, everywhere, they said the vice principal was killed. So to my surprise, when I went there, I saw the vice principal. People have been calling her. And she told me that it wasn't the vice principal, it was the chief security officer and the other security officer that was stationed at the gate. The chief security officer has his own personal house inside the residence, and that was Hassan, the husband to the lady that just spoke. So this exposes, the lack of proper, documentation and fact verifying by most
quite
media
unfortunate
outlets.
how almost everyone is reporting the wrong information.
Yes, and
thank
even
you
when
for
you
the
central
correction.
went there-
But quickly, let's go to Bernard. We'll come to you. Just hang on. Bernard, you are on the ground in Eruku, Kwara State. Can you talk to us about what the situation is on the ground that you met? And there was a video you shared as well, if you could talk about that.
I'm in a Eruku community, and it's very quiet at the moment. Very quiet, not because it's peaceful, but because it's solemn, so to speak. The people complained that this, has been the most harrowing attack that they've experienced in a while. Apparently, it's not the first time that they've witnessed, attacks from bandits. They claim that, first of all, because of the condition, I would say the terrible condition of the road leading to this community, they get attacks, from time to time by bandits. People who ply the road get attacked. But this particular one in the church where worshippers were worshipping, 3 were killed there and 38 kidnapped, and now they have the bandits demanding ransom money, initially demanding 100 million naira on each person, later negotiating to 20 million naira per person. It's just left a bitter taste in their mouth here. It's left them in a lot of panic mode, and it's left them worrying. As a matter of fact, as we were coming, we saw some vehicles carrying belongings of certain people out of here. We didn't realize that these actually were people moving out of the community in fear until we got in here, and then we got the full story. So again, to answer your question, the people are currently living in fear. They are very worried, so much so that some have departed the community, not wanting to come back until they feel some presence of security. However, I'd like to mention that security has been beefed up here. We have some military officers who have come in here, police officers here, but worthy of note that the people here too have begun to defend themselves. So there are a lot of them now with Dane guns as we speak right now in different parts of the community, trying to secure their lives and their belongings.
All right, Bernard. Gentlemen, I just need you to hang on for a minute. We're on a short break. We'll be right back to continue this conversation. Thank you for staying with us. Let's continue with my colleague. Let's start with Bernard. Earlier, we heard there was sporadic shooting, and you shared a video. Can you tell us a little more about that, please?
Okay, so we had gone into the bushes and were being showed the path where the bandits, made away from, and they also showed us where the third person amongst the 3 who were killed, where he was actually killed in the bush there. And as we were making our way back after filming, or while filming, making our way back to the church, then we heard sporadic shooting the first time. We weren't sure who was doing the shooting, but out of just being cautious, we began to run. Everybody there began to run, and then we heard again really heavy gunfire. So by the time we all ran to a safe place and converged, we were able to confirm from some other people that it was the military who had moved into the area, probably shooting warning shots, or maybe they saw something and were trying to warn any kind of extra aggression. But whatever it is, it was heavy shooting that we did here. But again, it just goes to show us the kind of tension that's in the place. You could see, if you saw that video, panic on the faces of people, even on our faces as well, because it just gave us a feeling of how these people felt on that day when they got attacked. Everything going normal, all of a sudden heavy gunfire is what they heard. And then it shows you how they have been put on heavy alert, such that whatever noise they hear, whatever sound they hear now, they want to make the first move and run to safety.
Jamil, you were on the ground. What more did you hear from community leaders in terms of how they are assessing government intervention since the event? Investigation, perhaps, updates, any information?
Okay, yes, they're expecting a lot because there are a lot of unanswered questions. One of the answers the people of Maga are looking towards is to find out why did the military withdrew even after the governor telling them to be stationed in the school, and even asking them to send him a picture for him to confirm that they are there in the school, because he had prior intelligence report. But around 1 to 2 a.m., the military withdrew from the school. And in less than 30 minutes to 1 hour, that was when the bandits strike. And according to people I spoke with, the chief security officer took around the soldiers, showed them the blind spots and the areas they might think the bandit might use in penetrating the school. So the army left, and these bandits use same routes in getting.
Okay, so Jamil, I know there is so much to share from your visits to the community, but I'd like you to talk to us about any update. A whole lot of Nigerians are expectant. I'm sure the community is too. Can you tell us a bit about what the government or the community leaders are telling you about possible investigation towards retrieving the girls?
With regards to that, nothing yet on ground. Only 2 of the abducted, students were able to escape themselves. And the community, spent the whole day waiting for the vice president when, they were told he was coming. And they had to travel like 5 hours to receive him. And at long last, he didn't come.
Quite unfortunate that we still, quite unfortunate that we don't have any information even now. Jamil, thank you. Bernard, thank you.
There is no
Please stay safe.